now time for WTV News. My name is Nicholas Mudimba. Let's now straight look at the highlights of the day. Cash on delivery, KPCU to pay coffee farmers promptly. Easing traffic congestion, Matatu Owners Associations take on Nairobi counter regulations. And in sports, KPL asks FKF to increase competing teams to 18 from 16. Welcome to the news now. In what seems to be a reprieve to many coffee farmers, the Kenya Planters Cooperative Union has started a cash on delivery payment system. This comes barely a week when the Commission of Cooperatives called for fresh elections in the coffee union. WTV's Godfrey Ouma reports.
Coffee farmers in the country have a reason to smile after the Kenya Planters Cooperative Association launched a cash on delivery payment system. Unlike the past mode of payment where farmers could deliver their produce and wait for 3 to 5 months before payments were made, KCPU chairman says this system will be a game changer.
You bring your coffee, it is cash, you get your money based on the auction averages. All we require from you is a sample prior. The sample comes for cupping. We agree on the time slot for delivery. We bring, your coffee is milled on the same day, and you get your money.
According to the union's chairman, William Gatie, the union has an uptaker based in Dubai capable of furnishing them with funds for purchase of produce from the coffee farmers locally.
We began today. We have an uptaker based in Dubai who we are going to sell all our coffee to. And so they're good enough to furnish us with the money as the samples come in.
The launch was welcomed by a section of new means of payment farmers we met.
Hii ndio check ambayo nimepata na itanisaidia sasa mambo ya fertilizer wakati mvua bado inanyesha, school fees na mambo hiyo mengine.
The union also introduced a new machine capable of mailing, sorting and grading of coffee. Reporting for WTV News, I'm Godfrey Ouma.
From that story from Godfrey Ouma, we now have a feedback question of the day. Do you think KPCU's move to pay for coffee deliveries promptly will help grow the sector? Do you think KPCU's move to pay coffee deliveries promptly will help grow the sector? You can give us your feedback on the number 20058 and you'll be able to sample some of the views and of course your feedback in our social media sites, and of course we'll sample some of the views and feedback in our Facebook page and of course our Twitter pages. Now let's look at Nairobis Transport. Beginning this week, motorists in Nairobi will have to observe new traffic entry points to the CBD as part of the regulations to ease traffic congestion in the city. Failure to adhere to the county government directive is poised to extract heavy fines. But just what do Matatu operators think about the new requirement? Our reporter Irene Galgalo spoke to Matatu Owners Association Chair Simon Kimutai and brings us the following report.
The county government of Nairobi has redirected traffic for motorists driving into the city as well as in some streets in the latest move to end traffic jams. The directive came into force on Monday this week. Take for instance, all motorists entering the CBD from Murang'a Road should do so using Moi Avenue, Muindi Street or Kenyatta Avenue. Whereas those leaving the CBD should do so through the Moi Avenue exit junction, then drive through the Slip Road down to Murang'a Road. The requirements are a cause for concern for motorists.
You know, it's very good to involve stakeholders when you're making a decision that affects them. Then they own the whole process. But when you ambush people and say you're going to relocate them to certain areas, there's bound to be resistance. I don't know who came up with this. I don't know whether there's been consultation. But I believe that if it is an issue of decongesting the city, it's good to call affected routes so that nobody is, singled out.
Yenyewe watu watakuwa wakipitia mbali, watu watakuwa wakizunguka mbali kwa sababu kama sasa unaona hii njia ya kuingia na Bokta Dada Street imefungwa na ile ya kuingia na Murang'a Road hata yenyewe imefungwa. Kwa hivyo hizo mpaka mtu aende mpaka pale juu kwa U-turn.
In a bid to reduce traffic on Bokta Dada Street, the right turn entering the street from Moi Avenue has been closed, and motorists can only use Muindi Street to access it. The two-way drive Monrovia Street is now one way, a move meant to ease congestion on the street. Stakeholders decry the lack of communication following the changes, as there are no proper signs to direct drivers on the new traffic rules.
But of course, we really would want to see our city free from traffic snarls up. So we would really want it to have it smooth, but it's important to have those who are applying that route that they're being relocated to also own the process so that they may see it as their own.
And in the spirit of service to the nation, National Youth Service personnel will be commissioned to man the roads and ensure compliance with the directive. The consequence of not following the directive will attract fines. First-time offenders will pay a fine of 2,000 shillings or risk a 6-month jail term, and repeat offenders risk a 9-month jail term. But with the president's move to lift the ban on the importation of 14-seater matatus, congestion is bound to increase in the country as more and more people acquire these matatus for public transport.
The ban was lifted in upcountry, not in the city. We can't see any more new vehicles plying, the Nairobi being allowed. We would really support the issue of decongesting the city. But we've got to be careful the way we do it.
After the failure of the 400 million shilling CCTV traffic camera project that was meant to help nab traffic offenders in the city, the implementation and actual success of this project remains to be seen. Reporting for WTV News, I am Irene Galgalo.
Now matters sanitation. The Nairobi City Water and Sewage Company is set to increase consumer tariffs, setting the 4 million residents of the Kenyan capital on the path to paying more for the utility beginning January, when Otieno spoke to the Nairobi's Water Chairman George Aladwa.
Nairobi Water Company, a subsidiary of the Nairobi County Government, had sought the regulator's approval to increase water tariffs by 104%.
They wanted to increase the tariff because of the revenue collection. The revenue collection is down, and they are collecting, I think I left when they are collecting around 500,000. But I understand it has gone to something like 600, 700.
It means that most Nairobi residents who consume an average of 20 cubic meters of water per month should from next year expect to part with approximately 1,674 shillings, up from the current 868 shillings. This amount is inclusive of the sewerage charges, which are 75% of the amount charged on water units consumed, and 50 shillings as meter rent.
They are performing well, especially the team which is there, the chairman, the managing director, Engineer Gichuki. They are doing a good job. As you can see, we have water everywhere nowadays. You cannot come out from your house complaining there's no water. And you can see, even if you go to hotels, big hotels, small hotels, kiosks, small houses, big houses, we have a lot of water.
Low-income earners who consume 6 cubic meters of water and below will see the monthly bills go up from the current 108 shillings and 10 cents to a flat rate of 204 shillings, which is a 9% increment. It is estimated that Nairobi loses up to 50% of its water to leakages in the H-pipe system and illegal connections. And according to the Nairobi Water Chairman, George Aladwa, the expected revenues will go a long way in ensuring better service delivery to residents.
Now, to matters transport. Kenya is continually angling herself as a regional business hub. Tuesday saw the launch of the new Terminal A1 at the Jomo Kenyatta International Airport, which is set to serve the big and growing number of international flights in the country. WTV's Bikra Ding witnessed the pomp and color.
Nairobi has always been viewed as the East Africa business center. It has seen a slow but steady cutting an edge as Eastern and Central of African aviation hub.
Opening of Terminal 1A, and with the painstaking effort of a lot of stakeholders, KQ staff, KQ family, and different partners in Kenya, we have been able to end up with this product, which is a world-class product. I have received messages.
The Terminal 1A was constructed at a tune of $1.5 million and has a capacity to handle 2.5 million passengers a year.
We have new aircrafts the youngest fleet in Africa. We have 6 brand new 787s, the last of which was delivered 2 weeks ago. We have 3 more to be delivered next year. We have 3 brand new 777-300s. We delivered 10 Embraers, which are just about 2 years old right now. That fleet is there to serve the guests of KQ and to serve Kenya as a country and to serve the continent of Africa.
The terminal will not only open up business for the region, it will also increase international arrivals and create job opportunity to the local, hence the economy will have a positive side. It's now upon the government and other stakeholders to extend the same services to other airstrip and other airports as a way of boosting domestic tourism. Reporting for WTV News, I'm Rading Biko.
And finally, we look at sports. Plans are set to increase the number of teams taking part in the Kenyan Premier League from 16 to 18. This is after the promotion of Shabana and, of course, Posta Rangers, who were in the league some time back. This is a report prepared by Fabian Eston.
Of those goals have come between the 75th.
The body's National Executive Committee wants the 2015-2016 season to have more teams with 15th placed finishers. This season, Nairobi City Stars surviving the chop in the KPL standing. Rangers were in top flight in 2011 before being relegated at the end of the campaign, while Shabana makes a return under not so clear circumstances after Kericho Zoo were docked 3 points and awarded to Shabana, with the football body alleging that the Kericho side fielded an ineligible player in the match between the two clubs. The 2 first runners-up in the National Super League Zone A and B, Kakamega Homeboys and Nakumatt FC, will battle it out in one-match playoff on November 22nd. The 2 first runners-up in the National Super League Zone A and B, Kakamega Homeboys and Nakumatt FC, will battle it out in one-match playoff on November 22nd at the Fra Stadium in Nakuru, which will automatically make the winners bag the last slot. Meanwhile, the international scene ex-Manchester United David Moyes has been appointed the new manager for Real Sociedad. It is the 51st-year-old job he was sacked at Manchester United following a 10-month dry spell in Old Trafford. Moyes replaces Jagoba Arasti, who was dismissed by Real Sociedad for being in poor form. The squad has signed a contract to June 2016 and he will take charge on 22nd November when they face the Deportivo La Coruña. And that's it for WTV News this evening. My name is Nicholas Mudimba. Be sure to catch Raymond Bugwa tomorrow in the morning for more details on the Bulletin. Have a blessed night.